Just checking and starting the live stream. If you're watching this on YouTube or you're watching LinkedIn, welcome to the live stream. Let me see if I can get some things sorted. If all goes well, you should be able to see me right now. Awesome. Cool. If you are live here in the studio, let me know. Drop it in the chat function of Zoom, because then I can see who's joining us live here in our virtual studio. Let me just open up a few little things here, and then we are very ready to get started. So welcome to this Master Your Exit live show powered by The Big Exit. My name is Lynn. I'll be your host for today. On this Master Your Exit live show, we will bring you practical insights, expert interviews, and tools to help small business owners like you prepare for your big exit. This show, or this live show, airs every Tuesday at 7 a.m. PST, so that's Los Angeles time, at 10 a.m. EST, that's New York time if you're tuning in from there, 3 p.m. GMT, that's London time, or 4 p.m. CET, which is Brussels time. We keep each show short and simple, maximum 30 minutes. Now, if you're tuning in live on our YouTube channel or our LinkedIn channel, welcome. If you are joining us live here in this virtual studio, also awesome that you are here and welcome. You can drop all your questions, exit-related questions, in our studio chat, and we will answer them live here on the show today. Now, before I get started on today's show, if you're catching this episode later, so not live, but at a later date on our YouTube channel or on LinkedIn, you can find more episodes of the show also on our website. If you go to thebigexit.co/master your exit shows with a dash in between every word, so master dash your dash exit dash shows. You can find all of the episodes of this Master Your Exit show over there. Or you can listen to the audio version on your favorite podcast platform as well. Now, on today's show, we are diving into a thing called owner independence. It's a term that is used by people who buy and sell small businesses like yours. Now, if you're not quite sure what owner independence means, well, simply put, it's this. Can your business run without you? I'll tell you in a minute why. Sorry, I'm also making sure that I'm not forgetting to mention anything live here on this show. This is the very first episode, so not all the things come straight to my head, basically. So I also want to make sure that I'm covering everything that I want to cover today during this show. So today we're talking about owner independence. Can your business run without you? I'll tell you in a minute why this is so important if you want to sell your business or prepare your small business for a sale. I'm also going to share with you in this episode a very simple check that you can do yourself to assess how independent your business is from you as the owner. And afterwards, we're going to do a little workshop, if I can call it that, to teach you how you can get started with making your business run more independently without you. And we wrap up this 30 minutes Master Your Exit show by answering your live questions. So if you've joined us live here in the virtual studio, you can drop all your questions in the studio chat, and I will answer them live at the end of the show today. Now, why is owner independence so important if you want to sell your business? To give you a very short answer to that question, it's basically because a buyer who's buying your business, they want to buy your business. What they don't want to buy is your job. That's why owner independence is so important. If you're looking for a buyer who wants to take your business and have it up and running basically as soon as they take over the keys of your business door, they will want to make sure that your business can run without you. They are not interested to take over your job most of the time. So you have to make sure that if you are the business owner, that your business can run without you. Does that mean a business is not sellable when there are still a bunch of things that you're doing inside your business as an owner? No, it's not. You can still sell your business, but it will not be for maximum value. So if you're looking to increase sellability of your business, but also value of your business, one of the key things to do is to make sure your business can run without you. To give you an example, maybe you're running a coaching business. We work with a lot of coaching clients at the big exits who run multiple 6-figure, 7-figure businesses and are in this process of preparing their business for an eventual sale. Lots of coaching businesses, they start off by the business owner being the coach as well in the coaching business. Now, if that is still the case for you, if you're running a coaching business, you're the owner, and you're still doing a lot of the coaching yourself, this will make it really hard to sell your business. Why is that? Because if I would buy your business, I need you to deliver the service to the clients. Without you, who's going to coach the clients? Without you, who's going to teach the clients? Without you, who's going to support the clients? Without you, who's going to make these transformations together with clients? Lots of coaching businesses are very owner dependent because the owners still do a lot of the client work that is required to offer the service. Same goes for, let's say, agencies. Maybe you run a marketing agency or a financial services agency or any kind of other service that you are selling to your clients. If you are still working with clients, doing parts of the service or delivering all of the service, it will basically mean that if your business gets sold, you would have to stay on board in order to deliver the service to the clients. So if that's the case for you, you might want to start thinking about how you can replace yourself in this business so you are no longer offering the services. Could also be, I'm thinking to give you another example, an e-commerce business. You're selling products on the internet, very niche, very specific. It's a very well-run business. Maybe you're not making the products that you're selling, but maybe you're still very heavily involved in handling all customer questions that are coming in related to their shipments, their deliveries, the use of the product or whatever. If you're still doing customer service, for example, as the business owner, and you haven't built a team yet, which could still be a one-person team, but haven't built a team yet that can take care of these things, then your business is not as sellable and definitely not as valuable as when you would be having a team member taking care of, let's say, customer service, for example. So this is the main reason why small businesses need to work on owner independence if they want to make their business sellable and valuable. Just keep in the back of your mind that a buyer is not interested in buying your job. A buyer is interested in buying a business that can run on its own by itself. The only circumstances or the only cases where buyers might be interested in buying a business where the owner is still very heavily involved into parts of the business is where the owner wants to stay on board after the business is bought. If that's the case for you, if you're like, I want to sell parts of my business and I want to still stay on board for another 5 years or 10 years, then owner independence isn't that much of a key thing. Yet it is always still really important to basically release yourself from the operational as well as the strategic part of your business. Now, maybe you're thinking like, yeah, but my business can run without me. I don't do that much. This is often the case when people are selling their business. This is the thing that buyers hear the most when they speak to business owners that they know is not true. It's when business owners say, yeah, but I don't do that much in this business anymore, but still 24/7, they are doing stuff that makes the business basically dependent of them as an owner. So when buyers hear an owner say, I don't do that much in this business, they'll probably frown a little bit and take it with a pinch of salt. So if you want to do a simple check to see or to assess how dependent or independent your business is of you as the business owners, there's a really simple check that you can do. It's a question that I ask every one of our clients at the big exit. I ask them, what happens to your business when you take 4 weeks off? And the answer can be anything of everything will run smooth, nothing will happen. It doesn't really matter if I take 4 weeks off. I come back after 4 weeks and everything just went smooth. Versus I can't even take 3 days off because some wheel will fall off the bandwagon and I'll get clients who get annoyed by things because they're not running smooth. And then there's everything in between, right? So I can take 4 weeks off, no issue. I could even take 6 months off and the business will still run smoothly and it will be smooth sailing, versus I can't take a day or even 2 days off because something will go wrong in the business. And then there's everything in between. But it's a very simple check that you can do to assess for yourself how dependent or independent your business is from you. And just be honest with yourself in answering that question for you. Or if you want, just take 4 weeks off and see what happens. It is the best real life check to figure out how dependent or independent your business is from you. Take 4 weeks off without any Wi-Fi or any internet connection, no phone available, no computer, nothing like that, and see what happens. Now, if I suggest this to business owners, even the ones that are like, my business can run without me smoothly, if I suggest them to do that, they get cold sweats just thinking about it. So really feel into that idea of stepping away from the business for an extended period of time and feel into what will happen to my business when I actually do that. How will my team perform? How will my procedures perform? Will there still be sales coming in? Will clients still be as happy and satisfied as they were before? So this is a simple check, a simple assessment that you can do yourself to figure out how important or how dependent or independent your business is of you. Can you take 4 weeks off? And what would happen if you actually do that? Now that you know why owner independence is so important if you want to make your business sellable and valuable for a maximum amount of money, and now that you know how you can assess as an owner the independence that you have of your business, let's dive into a very simple tool that helps you get started with making your business run without you a little bit more. And it's something that you can already do after you watch this video. It's a very simple tool. You don't need anything specific for this exercise. You basically just need your computer with your calendar on it and maybe an Excel file or another kind of like table that you can use. That's all that you need, nothing else. So the simple exercise, I'll walk you through it. It has a couple of steps to it. So step number 1 is I want you to go through your calendar from the past month and let's say the next month that is coming ahead of you to see what activities are scheduled in your agenda. These could be meetings that you have or administrative work that you do, maybe talking to clients, maybe doing sales calls, etc., etc. Now, take an empty Excel file or whatever works for you and note down one by one those activities. So go through your calendar and write those activities down into this Excel file. Each row or each line basically is another activity that you basically copy paste from your calendar. Now, if you want, you can add to the column next to it how much time you spent on this activity. So you have a column activity, and then you have a column amount of hours this week or this month or this day, whatever works for you. Then add a third column next to it, which is called who does it. And I mean, your name is going to be there, right? Because we took your calendar and your agenda. So you write down your name in that third column, basically for every single row that you have. Now, once you've got all these activities from your calendar into this list, write in the fourth column next to it, the main process this activity belongs to. Now, if you're thinking like, what does that mean? Main process? Well, a main process could be sales, it could be marketing, it could be client work, it could be human resources, it could be accounting. So those are like the big blocks or the big processes of activities that are happening within your business. So for each activity in the fourth column, you kind of summarize it and put it into a group or like a main process. The most important reason for that is like once you've done that, you can group those detailed activities that you took from your calendar, from your agenda, to see how much you are still doing sales, how much you're still doing marketing, how much you're still doing administrative work or client work or whatever it is. So try to group them as much as possible because that will give you a rough idea on how much time you spent on each of these main processes. Now, the goal is to replace your name in that who column, who does it, where your name is right now for every single activity. And you want to replace your name by someone else's name, ideally. So this might mean you delegate this task to somebody else who's already in your team. So you're going to give them more responsibilities by them taking over this activity or this task from you. Or if there's no one in your team just yet who can pick up this task, then basically your job is to go and hire the right kind of person who can basically pick up this task and who you can delegate this activity to, or a set of activities, ideally. Now, we get a lot of questions from small business owners when it comes to, how do I delegate or how do I hire, like key team members and things like that. In this episode, because we only have 30 minutes and we're already 20 minutes in this episode, I'm not going to dive into, the do's and the don'ts of hiring or delegation or writing procedures and all of these things. I think that would be perfect for another episode that we can cover. But for the last couple of minutes that we have here together on this Master Your Exit show, feel free to share questions. If you have any questions with me, I'll go through the chat straight away to see if there's any questions I can answer related to owner dependence or owner independence. So what we've covered during this show is why is it important to create owner independence in your business? It's basically because buyers are not looking to buy your job, they want to buy a business. So that's why it's so important to build owner independence. Secondly is how you can assess how your business is dependent or not dependent of you by taking a long break and kind of see what's happening to your business. Can it run without you smoothly, or is it basically gonna fall to pieces as soon as you leave the office for 72 hours? And thirdly, that simple tool that you can use, which is an analysis of your activities to figure out what you are still doing in your business and whether you should or could delegate this to someone in your team or need to look for someone externally and hire someone, whether that's freelance or on your payroll, whether that's full-time or part-time, to basically start taking over these tasks from you. So let me have a quick look in the chat to see if there are any questions related to this. And then we're just going to be wrapping up the show. So let's see. I don't see any questions that came in the chat, which assume it means I've done a good job explaining what owner independence is. So for the last couple of minutes, let me just basically wrap up this show. So it's a wrap. This was our very first Master Your Exit live show, season 1, episode 1. So if you have been watching this live or delayed, thank you so much for being here, and feel free to send some words of encouragement and so we can continue with this show. Thank you for joining us today. I hope you got some valuable insights to help you prepare for your big exit. Now, remember, you can catch the replay of this episode and all the future episodes that are coming on our website, thebigexit.co/master your exit shows, with a dash in between every single word. Or you can listen to the audio version on your favorite podcast channel. Now, we'd love to hear from you. Send in your exit questions before next week's show. And the way to do that is to head over to thebigexit.co/master your exit sign up. Master your exit sign up. You can sign up there and send us your exit questions so we can answer them live in any of the future episodes. We'll be back next Tuesday at 7 a.m. PST, 10 a.m. EST, 3 p.m. GMT, and 4 p.m. CAT with more tips, expert interviews, and tools to help you master your exit. Until then, keep building, keep preparing, and we'll see you next week. Bye.